Here we are in March, and we're gaining daylight. Today was a big milestone, 12 hours, 1 minute. And we go in this big curve here, and you'll find the longest days, obviously, in June, and then we come back down. But we're gaining close to 3 minutes per day now in the month of March. Today, the pollen count was low, and you say, what pollen, right? Well, it actually is starting to come out. Moderate pollen all the way through the end of the week. And you do this even though you don't have leaves. Yes, it can happen even though we don't have buds. They're just barely starting to emerge, and they do release a little bit of pollen. We have rain still in Chatham now and Nantucket. It's pouring in Nantucket, but this is part of a long line that goes off of Cape Hatteras. You see lightning and thunder. There's a developing low pressure system that's kind of pulling on our band of rain. It holds it back, this strand here that comes off of the storm. And so this has been a slow process kicking it off the Cape, and we won't finish it off until we get to about 3 o'clock in the morning. Note the clouds. We do have clearing right now in Worcester, back through Marlborough and up into southern New Hampshire, but I think we're going to hold on to some clouds in some form for tomorrow for a good part of the day. And across southeastern Mass, it looks like that might be for a good part of the day. In fact, most of it. Look at the temperatures fall back into the teens and 20s and 30s across western New England. That cold air is kind of held up too. Our temps now 44. We're 38 in Worcester. We may get back to freezing in Worcester tonight, but it's not a worry of any frozen roads or anything like that, because our temperatures will get back by the time the roads have dried out. And they're already doing that right now in greater Worcester and western Mass, central Mass too. Our winds are a little gusty, over 20 miles an hour, a little bit of a wind chill factor tomorrow morning around freezing. But tomorrow afternoon, we should make it back up into the 50s, lower 50s along the coastline where we hold on to a lot more clouds, but mid 50s we're a little bit brighter in Framingham, up through Lowell and Lawrence, and back into Leominster too. And look at the temps down at Cape Cod and the islands. What's that? Well, we're warming up a little bit on Wednesday, but even here, the winds are mostly onshore. In fact, a due easterly wind all the way through Lynn, Gloucester, and up into the seacoast, South Shore too. But at least we managed to get a foothold on maybe 60-degree weather. And again, the normal suspects west of 128, west of 128, I was going to say east, but 60 degrees is what we should come back to by Wednesday in Worcester, and a good chance for rain by Friday. This is an interesting weather system that has got everybody's attention. It looks like it'll start off as rain, but may finish off as snow. Now, we're suspect of that because it'd have to be a pretty big collapse of cold air to come all the way down to the coastline. Perhaps we just finish with snowflakes in greater Worcester on Friday morning, but the wind will be whipping too, bring in some of that colder air on Friday and trying to stick around for the weekend, but to no avail. We get back into the 50s on Saturday and low 50s on Sunday, windy. Occasional showers on Monday and into Tuesday as well. We're back after the break.